Good day, everyone. So for today's lesson, we'll be discussing or we'll be determining the meaning of idiomatic expressions by noting context clues and collocations. I know the fact that you are familiar with the idiomatic expressions because you already studied that during your grade 7 and elementary years. And also in your Filipino subject, you already studied that. No? In Filipino, idiomatic expressions are known as the idioma or the tayutay. Okay, so this module will assist you in helping the learners to determine the meaning of idiomatic expressions by noting context clues and collocations guided with the examples given which are suitable to their level of understanding. So later on, we will be examining the different examples of idiomatic expressions, the commonly used idiomatic expressions in English. And then I will teach you the ways on how to determine the meaning of that idiomatic expressions by only using context clues and collocations. So our objectives are as follows. So at the end of this module, you are expected to define idiomatic expressions, context clues, and collocations. Second, enumerate the functions of idiomatic expressions. And third, interpret the meaning of various idioms. Okay, let us go first with what I know, that is activate your prior knowledge. So we're going to read the paragraph below and we're going to supply the appropriate word in the box to complete the sentences. So in here, you don't need to answer this on your yellow paper. We will just do it orally, no? It is not counted. So may I just remind you first that you only need to answer assessment 1 and 2, independent assessment 1 and independent assessment 2. Okay, so let's start. Yesterday was full of excitement. It's like I was on blank after receiving surprise gifts from my grandparents. Unfortunately, I'm feeling blank because of the heavy rain. I got so hungry that I could blank. Meanwhile, I needed to prepare for my singing audition and my sister told me to blank. I asked her if she could not blank yet so that I could surprise my classmates. Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds to think of the possible answer. Okay, so let's start now. I will just tell you the answer right now and then later on, I will be discussing why it goes like that. Okay, first, yesterday was full of excitement. It's like I was on Cloud 9. Yes, the answer is Cloud 9 after receiving surprise gifts from my grandparents. Unfortunately, I'm feeling under the weather because of the heavy rain. I got so hungry that I could eat a horse because meanwhile, I needed to prepare for my singing audition and my sister told me to break a leg. Yes, I asked her if she could not spill the beans yet so that I could surprise my classmates. Okay, may I tell you guys that these idiomatic expressions have their own definition. Okay? You cannot create your own meaning for these idiomatic expressions. Rather, they have their own meaning. No? And you can only determine the meaning of these idioms by using context clues or the clues itself in the sentence. Like for example, unfortunately, I'm feeling blank because of the heavy rain. So we are looking for the idiomatic expression that is related for the reason of having heavy rain. Okay, so what is the feeling of the person? So we will look into our choices. Spill the beans, eat a horse, under the weather, Cloud 9, or break a leg. So we have the clues heavy rain. So what can we connect based from the choices inside the box regarding heavy rain? Rain is a kind of Weather, yes, very good. So, the answer is, I am feeling under the weather because of the heavy rain. Okay, so we use context clues. Now we use the clues heavy rain. So, we can relate rain. We can choose from the choices. Oh, where is rain there? Now, how can we connect rain? Or what is connected into the word rain so that I can guess what's the idiom in the sentence? Okay, next example here. I got so hungry that I could blank. So if you are hungry, what you're going to do? Our clue here is hungry. So, hungry is when you are hungry, you just like eating a horse. So the answer is, I got so hungry that I could eat a horse. Yes, very good. So let us move forward. So class, we will focus more on the idiomatic expressions, determining idiomatic expressions by using context clues, no? Because this is the much basic lesson and technique to learn the meaning of the idioms. So unlike collocations, these words are put together forming a new meaning, so it is informal English or what we may call slang. Okay, so just remember of the thing that when we say idioms, this only means there is a hidden meaning in the sentence and there are appropriate meaning of the idioms. No? So we cannot easily give our own perception or meaning in that particular idiom because there are appropriate meaning for this, okay? So how can we just get the meaning of it without even looking at the dictionary of idioms? As simply as looking for clues. So if you look for clues, we'll look the related words, we will use them to find the meaning of the idioms, no, based on what is given. So always remember, look for the clues, analyze the sentence, and determine what's the meaning of the idioms by context clues. Okay, let us try the what's more, learn more, enjoy more independent activity 1. So write A if you agree with the statement and B if you don't. So you don't need to answer this in your yellow paper. You don't need to answer. So we will just answer it orally or answer it by your own. Idioms always have a shallow or literal meaning. Idioms always have a shallow or literal meaning. Mababaw lang daw yung meaning niya. Do you agree or not? Okay, the answer is B. No, it's B because it has its hidden meaning. Malalim yung kahulugan niya, no? Figurative. We cannot define it. We cannot define the idioms through the word-by-word meaning, the literal meaning. Okay, second. Collocations are words that you put together to form a new meaning. Okay, the answer is letter A, agree. Idiomatic expressions have a figurative meaning conventionally understood by native speakers. This is agree, okay, it has a figurative meaning. Next, using of context clues in revealing the meaning of the idioms create vagueness. Malabo daw. Is it true? No. So the answer is B because by using context clues, you can easily determine the meaning of the word. Next, idioms don't mean exactly what the words say. What's your answer? Yes, it's A. Very good. So you have a clap for that. So you need to answer. This is what you need to answer in your yellow paper. Independent Assessment 1. So what you are going to do here? In Independent Assessment 1, so you need to determine the meaning of idioms from context. shade the box of your choice. Please don't forget to use notebook or your yellow paper in answering the questions. So determine the meaning daw of idioms from context. So based from the sentence, what's the meaning of the idiomatic expression? So you're going to shade the box of your choice. So since you don't need to shade it anymore because you will answer it in a yellow paper, you just write it. Okay? Just write it. No shading. Just write the correct answer. So the bold phrases are the idioms, no? Are the idiomatic expressions. Let me read number 1. What is the meaning of have eyes in the back of one's head? No one plays prank on Mrs. Corazon because she has eyes in the back of her head. In Tagalog, meron daw siyang mata sa likod ng kanyang ulo. So it is an idiom because no one has eyes in the back of her head. Okay? So what do we mean by that? No one plays pranks. So I will give an example for number 1. No one plays pranks on Mrs. Corazon because she has eyes in the back of her head. Walang nagtatangkang mag-play ng prank sa kanya. Walang nagtatangkang manloko kay Mrs. Corazon dahil she has eyes on the back of her head. So what does it mean? To know everything that's going on? To make a firm demand. The answer is to know everything that's going on. The meaning of has eyes in the back of one's head is to know everything that's going on. Walang nagtatangkang mag-prank kay Mrs. Corazon dahil may aalam ng lahat ng nangyayari. No? So, ibig sabihin, merong nakakaalam or merong spy or merong magsasabi kung ano yung totoong nangyari. No? There's a certain person that will tell the truth what happened. That's why no one tries to play pranks on Mrs. Corazon. So the answer is to know everything that's going on. Then proceed to number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Okay, the last activity that you need to answer is the independent assessment 2. The direction is you need to complete the following sentence with the correct idiom. So use your notebook or yellow paper in answering it. So the idiomatic expression is already given in the sentence, no? What you need to do is just to complete the sentence based on your own answer, own sentence, no? Own sentence po yung answer dito. So I'm usually full of beans in the blank. So full of beans, this is the idiom. So you need to find the meaning of the full of beans, maybe in Google, and then you supply the missing part of the sentence, related. Okay, the sentence or the phrase that you will create is related in our idiom. Okay, for example, it's raining cats and dogs because the idiomatic expression is raining cats and dogs. When we say raining cats and dogs, it means there is a quarrel. Okay, because cats and dogs, when cats or dog are together, they quarrel. Okay, so I will complete it. It's raining cats and dogs because they did not agree with the condition in their argument. Okay? So my answer is it's raining cats and dogs because they did not agree in their argument, in the decision of their argument. So I will just supply the missing sentences, missing parts of the sentences based on the correct cues of the idioms. So again, in this independent assessment 2, you need to get the meaning or you need to search for the meaning of the bold phrases. No, yung naka full black, so that you can you can get you can supply the correct missing part of the sentence. Okay, that's it. You don't need to answer this one. You don't need to answer this one. Okay. So that's it. So, may I just remind you again that idiomatic expressions have their hidden meaning. It doesn't connote the literal meaning of the words. It doesn't literally say the meaning of that word, no? We need to use context clues to define or to determine the meaning of the idiomatic expressions that is stated in the sentence. Okay, again, you only need to answer independent assessment 1 and 2. Okay, so good day, class.